Alright, today I'm going to be critiquing your guys' music, telling you how I think you can get it better, and if you want to know how I pick these people for the video, this is all people who message me on Instagram or on YouTube, sending me their link. I tried to look for more people, but I couldn't find them. I know I've had more than 4 people, but yeah, for this episode, we're just going to have 4 people. If you guys like it, leave a like, and if you want me to do it again, just leave a comment and send me your link on Instagram.
Does she love me? Does she love me not? Does she love me? Does she love me not? Does she love me? Does she love me not?
Are you serious?
Trapped inside my head, can't go without you. And I can't say you wouldn't leave, no.
Your voice sounds too similar when you're trying to play with your vocals, and then also the effect that you have on your voice sounds really strange and doesn't make it sound better. I think it's supposed to be some form of auto-tune, but it just comes off as something's wrong with your mic, or just something wasn't done correctly.
Just like a sando, I'm just trying to solve the riddle. Always seems like I'm in the middle. I was always last for you since we were little. Since we were little. Maybe change my mind a little. Baby, change my mind a little.
I don't think this actually sounds terrible at all. It's better than a great amount of people. I think the problem is you're trying to do something to make your voice sound different when you really just have to play with your vocals yourself and find something that you're comfortable with so it doesn't sound as much like you're just reading off of a piece of paper, while at the same time just trying to, like I said before, you just need to explore your vocals. You want something like 2Time is doing, and what made Juice really good and what makes Godwin as well really good is that it sounds really natural the way they talk. This is a problem I actually notice a lot in people who are just beginning with rap or are kind of working their way into taking it seriously, is their voice just, it doesn't have that natural feeling. And this could be for a number of reasons. I'm not really too sure, but maybe you should try freestyling instead of reading off of something, just to allow yourself to play with your vocals more. I don't know if you record it fully through, but you need to take like almost bar by bar and re-record it and put them together in a smooth way. A lot of people don't actually record verses at a time. I'm pretty sure that's well known by now, but they kind of splice up different takes of each bar and they put together the best ones while maintaining the natural feeling of it. If you don't have a natural sound to your music, it will never really sound like that top tier. I think you're closer to it than most people. I think you definitely are getting more comfortable, and I think once we get there, we can really see how you can improve. I don't think this sounds bad. I think you're ahead of a lot of people, especially at your age. I just think it needs a little bit more work before we can really critique it and really find out what the main problem is. I have no idea what the intro is, and I listened to this when this guy first sent me it, and I can tell you right now, I have a lot of criticism for this one. Alright, so that wasn't in English. I'm going to play a little bit more of it, and I'm going to switch you to his next song, and I think it's going to become very apparent what the problem is, but either way, right after, I'm going to explain it to you.
Digo, no entiendo, yo sé lo que mi no lo aporta. Sigo con mi cosa y toma tus notas. I'm cold, salty be bold. Whoa, y'all should just know that she's golden. Chain that he's chosen. None of y'all bitches to know what I'm supposed to. I got a real bag from the bottom, bitch. Like, what the fuck you talking about? The only thing with a mouse, and y'all really talking shit, saying just that shit out. And they just wanna talk of rappers and wish.
Now, this person doesn't sound uncomfortable rapping, he just always sounds the same. The Spanish sounds the same as that song. He sent me an album to listen to, and with my friends, I listened, because this was one of the first people that sent me music. I was absolutely amped. So I sat my friends down, and I was like, alright, we're going to check it out. We listened to the first song, and I was like, alright, so, you know, that's fine. If that's how he raps for this song, that's fine. I skipped to the next one, and it sounded the same, and the third one, and it sounded the same, and the fourth one, and it sounded the exact same. Dababy can say it better than I can.
If you make every damn song like an ongoing song, you never got to make another song again, man. It's just, you know,
Why would you make an entire album when you could just continuously make the same song? I mean, if the one song goes platinum, everything you've ever made is platinum. That's absolutely dope. But you're just not on the Dababy level where you can sound the same. And even Dababy switches it up like way more than you do. Every single thing sounds the same. And I could be wrong here. I mean, that's definitely a thing. But even the voice you pick, it sounds like you're trying to go deeper than you can. If not, I don't know. This person commented on an apology video you made, which I don't know what you're apologizing for, but that's fine. I couldn't be bothered to watch it. But I did immediately look at the comment, because the only reason I clicked on it in the first place was to see if that's your actual voice, or if you're trying to make yourself sound deeper than you are. And this person put like something like that it was an actual song just without the beat or something like that. And he's not wrong. It's just you're always having the same exact sound. If that's how you talk, that's great. That's how you talk. But it doesn't sound good. Like, you can't literally just talk and rap. Nobody does that. I think Saw has a voice that might actually end up being similar to someone like Sleepy, Hallow, or Snot, where through his music it maintains the same sound, sort of, and it can sound similar if you don't think about it. But in the individual tracks, they're doing something with the tone of their voice. They're changing it a little bit, so it's literally not like they're not staying at the same tone throughout it. And I'm going to play a song by Sleepy Hallow to show you an example of what I mean. And I think if Saw can figure this out, it will really benefit his music, and then we can start discuss some other stuff, because it does sound like he knows what he's doing to an extent. I just think the voice is, as of now, what's really holding him back.
My body different. Shorty said she tryna kick it. I'm in the mouth, son, like a dentist. Cooking up, I'm in the kitchen. Big bro wildin' tryna catch a victim. I took a L.
If I was Saw, I would just try to look a bit more into Sleepy Hollow's music and Snot's music and maybe a little bit of Dababy, and just try to focus on the things that they do with their voice, the little influxes and everything like that. Because I think that's really what Saw's missing right now. And then also make sure you separate it from the beat a bit, get features so, you know, that takes away from your voice being the same throughout the entire song. And maybe try to do stuff like Snot recently did, where he dropped a whole new song, I think it was called Revenge or something like that, and his voice sounds completely different. He completely tested something that I don't think anyone really expected, and it sounds great.
I mean, if I had to pick a choice, it would be fries.
My only complaint so far is I just don't understand what's happening. Maybe it will be more of like a song format, but I'm confused right now. Okay, so I looked into a little more, and it seems like with every song he either edits his voice so much that you can't really hear him. It sounds a bit too squeaky, like 645 AR or something like that, but he's trying to take it seriously. And there's also the beat just going above his voice, so you're kind of listening to like a mix between his beat and the voice where you can't really concentrate and hear either perfectly. And so yeah, you just need to work on like the balance between the beat and your voice before we even discuss the music, because I mean right now there's just nothing really to work with. It sounds bad, but it's not even because you're necessarily doing something wrong, aside from just having a very basic problem with the audio. And then also it sounds like you're trying to throw some auto-tune in there, which might be just making the problem even worse. But whatever you're doing, like you're just doing too much right now. Like, I really can't understand almost anything that you say from the few songs I listen to.
Lost kiddo from the 013 from the bungee straight to the ground. Lost kiddo from the 013 from the bungee, yeah.
I'm just going to cut it for a second here just to say the beat sounded pretty good so far, so that sounds like it has more promise than the last few ones.
Lost kiddo from the 013, finna bungee straight to the ground like a zombie. Lost kiddo from the 013, finna bungee straight to the ground like a zombie. Lost kiddo from the 013, finna bungee straight to the ground like a zombie. Lost kiddo from the 013, finna bungee straight to the ground like a zombie.
Last from the 013, all you motherfuckers don't wanna test me.
I do like that you had him come in and switch it up. I think this is a pretty good feature for the song. I do remember when I first listened to it with a couple of friends, we all seemed to have this feeling that you just said 013 just too many times. And it sounded like it was supposed to like make it repetitive or something like that. But this is probably being very picky as well. But you really hammered it in a bit too much. I think it's just the whole hook. You just said it a little bit too much. If you could have cut it down a little bit, I would have preferred it. I like this. I do enjoy the song. I don't think it's a bad song. I think this is potentially the best one in this video, probably. I don't think that's necessarily a stretch. But if I were to make any change, I definitely can say right away that I would have liked that to be cut down a little bit, or maybe it seems like a lot of the rhymes were based off the 013 ending with E type thing, where it just carried on for a bit too long.
Finna take a shot on the 013. Fuck that, only one green. I get the jeans XL on my pocket so beast. Comfy, I'm the cap, I'm the golden daydream. Met you with the bars, I'm mad like 03. Those motherfuckers should've never tested me.
We just so stuck in the 013, but for some reason I don't really wanna leave. The city's not a prison, but it's my mentality. Might even get rich in the 013. You don't see shit, but my soul let me. You don't fuck with Carter, see a cold ass G. Step up to us if you won't bleed. Whole city trap, but no, not me. Feeling so locked in the 013, finna go non free when I'm zoning. Up in the morning, peek through the window, panoramic side over till he pretty nice more on our eyes.
This isn't the end of the song by any means. It's just the counter's just going to keep going, and it takes a bit too much effort to keep up with it. I do like the part where you go back and forth a little bit, and I kind of like how he uses Mayvision in his lyrics. I always like, trying to involve a little more than the usual. Didn't mind it too much, but like I said, I think he just repeated it way too much. I think if he had been able to slim it down or cut some of it out, it would have actually sounded better, but I feel like listening to it, at least the very first time I listened to it, for sure I realized that I was just tired of hearing it. And now this time I'm tired of hearing the entire hook. But that might be because I listened to it multiple times just trying to update this counter. And I just kept hearing the same thing over and over again. With that being said, I do think he's pretty good. I do think he could easily work past this especially. And I think he could make better music easily. He's pushing this right now, and I've seen him, have it on a few different YouTube videos. He's paying for it to get promoted. And I don't hate the song. I just really wish he could work on another one, and I really think he could do better than this one, honestly. He just repeated it way too much. With that being said, I also liked my guy 503 Remedy. I think he did pretty well too, and for Saw and the other guy, I wasn't really feeling it too much. To wrap up this video, I just want to remind you this was meant to be a critique and not a review, so if you think I talked a lot of bad on your song or music without really saying anything good, it is because that's exactly what I was trying to do pretty much. I think, as I said, I think Remedy was pretty good. I think that last guy there was pretty good. The two in between, I think they have potential for sure. If you guys enjoyed this video and want to see more of it, please leave a like, leave a comment, send me your stuff on my Instagram. Might as well follow while you're there. I'm probably not going to have my end screen, so _Matt Miranda on Instagram, on Twitch, and on Twitter. And yeah, have a good one.